What is hypothermia? Well, to start off with, it's not Queen Elsa. Hypothermia, in its purest form, is a core body temperature of less than 35 degrees. So basically when you get really, really cold. So cold that you start to become clumsy and confused. But wait, you might think hypothermia only happens when it's cold outside, like polar vortex cold. But no, it can also happen if you're wearing wet clothing and it's just a little bit chilly or windy outside and you leave it on too long. But no worries, you're most likely not going to get frostbite on your whole body. You're only going to get it on the most distal parts. So right now, you might be asking yourself, what actually happens when you get hypothermia? So there's this thing called homeostasis, and it's kind of like a manager. It keeps everything in check inside your body. When you get too cold, receptors sense the chill environment, tell your body to get warmer. But if you stay in the cold environment, the body doesn't have a chance to get warmer. So your body is basically losing heat more than it is producing heat. So what are some treatments? The first and probably most obvious treatment is to get to a warmer place. Take off your wet clothing, if you have any, and put warmer, drier clothing on to minimize your heat loss.
So how is this related to Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein? Not really. But when Captain Walton rescued Frankenstein near the North Pole, he mentioned that Frankenstein was suffering severe hypothermia. I mean, it's obvious. Frankenstein probably didn't even prepare that much to chase the creature, and probably had no idea where he was going, focused in revenge. He probably didn't wear Eskimo coats or mittens and toe socks, and he probably didn't have enough food to keep his body warm. Other than this direct link to hypothermia, there isn't really much related to hypothermia in this novel. However, while Frankenstein suffered from hypothermia, the creature who was going faster than Frankenstein didn't. He was totally fine. If you think about it, the creature was isolated from everyone. People didn't want to interact with him because of his ugly appearance. So, it is very less likely that he could have had warm clothes and enough food. And the creature himself even mentioned how it seems like that he can tolerate coldness in severe environments more than normal humans. So how is this possible? Well, Frankenstein said that he gathered his materials from cemeteries, which means that the creature was made of dead body parts. At the same time, if this is really why he could survive in cold weather, he must have no other human characteristics. But surprisingly, he can feel the heat and coldness in his body heal part. In fact, she did a great job in presenting why the novel doesn't include the specific details about how the creature was created through Frankenstein's voice. Frankenstein told Walton that he wasn't supposed to tell anyone the details in order to prevent this misery from happening again.
In fact, Frankenstein might have used hypothermia in the process of creating his creature. Hypothermia can also be used as a treatment. Therapeutic hypothermia is a treatment in which a patient's blood temperature is lowered in order to help reduce the risk of tissue injury from lack of blood flow.